Well, this topic for today is insane crazy. What about the origins of the bad words, swears, profanities? Call them what you like. Everybody knows them, everybody use them almost daily, but what about their origins? Because some stories and origins are quite mind-blowing, and only a lunatic like me can approach this type of subject in an ASMR style, so this will be insane, right? ASMR about the origin of the cursed words. Crazy. So, crazy Smoto can do that only. Right. And we're gonna start with the most used and common swears. Insulting words. Well, I will try to pronounce them to avoid some penalties from YouTube, so I will censor them. The first word we're gonna start, it's the most used one. It's F-U-C-K. You know that fuck word, okay? Well, the origin of the fuck word has been debated because it likely stems from the Middle Dutch origin or Low German word fokken, which means to strike or to breed. Later, in the 19th century, it was extended and included a sexual activity. So, the first time when this word was used was in England in the 16th century, and it was used in a sexual context. And when it became offensive was in the 18th century. Interestingly, an early myth claimed that it stood for fornication under consent of the king. So it can be translated like an abbreviation of fornication under consent of king. But later, this has been debunked. So it's from different types of origins, but it's very interesting. The next word is S-H-I-T, shit. Well, the origin of the word shit comes from Old English, meaning diarrhea. Yes, it's very related. But diarrhea from the Proto-Germanic root skid, meaning to cut off or to separate. Okay. Well, some details about shit. It originally referred to the act of defecation, yes, but in the vulgar terms and pejorative, proper, and was used a broader time to describe something very disgusting. The word has relatives in German. Well, in German is Scheiße, and Dutch is shit. Alright, you get the connections, right? So, the next word is a very usual one. It's damn. Origin of the damn originates from the Latin damnare, meaning to condemn or to inflict. offensive word. Its original use was linked with the condemnation by God, hence why it was very offensive in terms of religious context. Over time, its context softened and to express frustration and anger, but it was considered a curse word in some places, right? The next word, it's very widely used also in Europe. It's bastard. Origins of the bastard word come from Old French bastard, which referred to a child which was born out of wedlock. The word likely originated from the medieval Latin terms bastardus, which was used to a child was what is born from an adventure and not legal by marriage. Details. In medieval Europe, bastards had limited rights of inheritance, and the term was used pejoratively for anyone of illegitimately birth or someone which has unknown parents. Today is used as a generic insult rather than referring to a lineage. Right. The next one. Well, bitch. Yeah. The word bitch, well, which is synonym to hooker, is originating from Old English bis, meaning female dog. Bis. It is related to similar words in Germanic, like biccia, biksha, but the details. Initially, bitch, it was a neutral term referring to female dogs. However, by the 14th century, it became derogatory and was used to insult women, often implying they were aggressive and immoral. Right. Next word, crap. Well, the word crap comes from the Middle English crap, meaning chaff or receipt. It lays back to the Latin term of grappa. The details, originally referring to discarded waste, it evolved into a slang term for faces in slang term by the 19th century. The association with bodily waste led to use it in the term of a vulgarity meaning. Good. Next in our list it's brick. Yes, the word brick comes from Old English bricka, meaning a point or a small puncture. It referred to a weapon, a pointed weapon or a tool. Well, the story is that by the 16th century, the term was used to both describe a sharp object, of course, and as a slang for penis. Yes. Its offensive offensive usage emerged later as an insult or to describe a very arrogant man. Prick. Well, the next word must be censored because it's C-U-N-T. Yeah. It is this word, C-U-N-T, is one of the oldest cursed words used in English language, with origins tracing back to the ancient times, from the Latin name Gundo, which referred as a female genitalia. Well, the first recorded use of this word was in 13th century, and it was always used as a slang and offensive word in medieval times. But over time it became quietly taboo in English language. Right, the next word, bugger. The word bugger derived from the French word bougre, which is has a meaning or be translated as heretic. It was linked to the medieval heretical sect of Bogomils, who were accused of sexual deviance, specifically sodomy. So it has some historic roots. Some details. The term bugger became widely used as a slur for sodomies and later evolved into a general insult, meaning, I don't know what to say, despicable person. But now in the modern English is used more as a casualty, or casually, sorry. Well, now the next term is very widely used in the UK, and the term is bloody. Yes, bloody hell, what? It's very used. Bloody, like, derives from the Middle Ages, meaning involving bloodshed. It also has ties to the phrase by Our Lady, referring to the Virgin Mary, making it a mild ode. By the 18th century, or here's the story, it was a common intensifier, but it became offensive in Victorian England only, and it was referred only as a B word. It was not pronounced entirely only B word. It is known now. It is relatively mild expletive in British English, and it's widely used even in TV shows, and often expressing surprise or emphasis. Now, next one is a mild one, wanker. So, wanker, from the British slang, to wank, meaning to pleasure yourself, which likely originated to the 19th century. Well, this term was generally used as an insult in the 20th century. Wanker refers to someone that is self-indulgent and contemptible. It is used mostly in British and Australian, but also in United States, and it's considered offensive. Next one is peace, right? Well, the word peace comes from Old French language, from the term pisier, from the Latin, and also from the Latin pisiare, meaning to urinate. Well, the story is that it was a neutral term in the Middle Ages and was described the act of peeing or urination. But over time, it evolved into a vulgar expression, especially like piss off. It's also used metaphorically, like piss off, which is an angry status of a person, or if you want to make fun of someone, you can say take a piss. But it's not considered a very bad word. Let's say it's a mild one. And the last one is SLUT or slut. The word sluts come from Middle English slute, which refers directly to a very dirty woman. And it was used in the Middle Ages to point at someone that it's a woman that is very dirty. It is related also to the word sloten, meaning to slop or to spill. Well, initially it was used, the word slut, to describe a poor housekeeping with a lot of dirtiness, but it's shifted to be referring as a sexual promiscuity by the 15th century, making it one of the most strongest insults for women. Right. And this is the list with the most funny of them and most used of them, because right, when I searched on the web, I find a very long list of them, plenty of them, but some of them that are not very used and are mild, but these ones are the most common one and anybody has heard and used at least once. Right, these curse words, what I can say is that they're reflecting the linguistic evolutions and the roots of other language and derived into the English. But what is most interesting is that each word has its own roots that have been adapted to cultural and societal differences and suffered historical changes. Right? Good. Crazy session. And of course, I hope you enjoyed this. And don't condemn me. I hope YouTube will not penalize me for this topic. But it was fun. It was interesting, and I think anybody who heard at least once a slang or a cursed word, a swear, I think think about from where that word originating. Now, you got this. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I wish you all the best, right? What was in my head to make an ASMR session about